Hello friends, in last two videos, 2.1 comparison, in this poem, we have seen that poet has compared many things among themselves. Poet has compared with their qualities. In this poem, we have seen about the speed of that spaceship, then snail, then ox, then mutton, and in this way there are many things are there. The same we will be continue in this video. The next stanza, that is poet has compared with the rock. See that here. First I am reading poem, remaining poem. Hard as a rock, soft as a mitten, dark as a tunnel, light as the moon. Night time, midnight, daytime, noon, tall as a giant, short as an elf, crooked as a mountain path, straight as a shape. The world is full of opposites, so think of some yourself. So think of some yourself. That poet is doing here comparison, that hardness of rock. In this picture also you will see that. You are going to see that here means what? That this picture of rock, that this rock is very much big and it is very hard. It is not possible very easily to break it and to remove it. Means this rock is very strong and very hard. But this hardness poet has compared with these mittens. This mitten means that little children, little baby that wears these mittens to their hands till their wrist, means it protects them from the cold. These mittens are from woolen and it is very soft and tender. This tender that poet has compared with this rock. Rock is very hard, but this mitten is very soft, tender, that soft and hard. In this way, poet has compared here. Next, we are going to see that poet has explained dark as a tunnel. That tunnel, that tunnel means what? That the road made by the workers through the hills, that under the hill, by drilling the hills, that made the road, that make the big hole. That hole means it is a tunnel, that which its end is opens in another end, that makes the road. And inside that the tunnel, it is a totally darkness. In the picture also you can see it is a tunnel picture, and inside the tunnel it is very dark, and in the end of the tunnel or mouth of the tunnel it is bright, means there is light is there, but inside it is darkness. Means poet has compared here darkness. In the tunnel there is no any light, so that it is always covered with that darkness. And this darkness poet has compared with what? That same light as the moon. And when that the moon is full in the sky, that means full moon day, that night the sky is always bright. It is night time. Night time it is always, we say it is darkness, but when that year it is a full moon day night, that time the sky always full with bright moonlight. So that poet has compared this brightness of that moon with the tunnel's darkness. Means here darkness with the brightness of moon. In this way poet has compared here. Next, poet has compared Night time, midnight means at midnight. Midnight time, that what here? It is everywhere silent. All are that here sleeping, and all there are that the world is in the darkness. That poet has compared here silent and darkness, and that is what here? It is the time, it is midnight. It is midnight means dark midnight, and then this dark midnight poet has compared with daytime noon. Means it is midday. Midday, at that time the sun is over our head in the sky. It is very bright, and that brightness poet has compared, means midday, midnight. Midday and midnight, poet has compared between them. That bright midnight, that bright the midday, and very dark midnight. In this way poet has compared these two pictures. Then next, poet turns to that tall as a giant. In this picture also you can see the giant is there, and in his hand a person. Means how much big this giant is there, and tall is there. The tall, this quality has compared poet with that what here? Short as an elf. Elf, here in this picture, a little fairy, a little baby fairy, means it is elf, an elf. And this an elf, that poet has compared with this giant, that the tallest giant, means tallest, and it is what? The tallest and shortest elf. Means in this way poet has compared their qualities. The next, poet is turning towards the road. Crooked as a mountain path, the road, path means road on that mountain, that is always crooked. Crooked means it sometimes that here, that always curving, and that it may be zigzag like this. It is not possible to you see that straight line of road. It may be because of that mountain, that the road always curve. It rounds the mountain, and because of we cannot get any that straight line of road at mountain side. But the same that this crooked means curving, it is not possible we see in the shelf. In the shelf, it is not possible that curving shelf. If that here, is it possible? Means if that curving shelf is there, it is not possible us to put anything in the shelf. Not possible. So that if we want to keep something, books or anything in the shelf, then the shelf must be in a straight line that. And the straight line of road on the mountain side, it is not possible. The same, that crooked line, straight, that crooked line of shelf, not possible. Means poet has compared here that shelf is straight and the mountain roads are crooked, means always curving. That curving road, and here straight line of shelf. In this way poet has compared. At last, in the end, poet has told here two lines, and these two lines are very much important for everybody. The total summary of the poem is covered in these last two lines. So that I am telling that these two lines are very much important, full with meanings. What are those? See that here. The world is full of opposites. The world is full of opposites. So think of some yourself. So think of some yourself. That means poet is telling. Here in this poem, that poet has given some examples only, which are opposite, which are very much that opposite for the qualities. And in this way, you can see everywhere opposite things, opposite qualities. Means this world is full with opposite. Among of these qualities, which qualities are useful for us? That poet is telling. You think over this. Which qualities are useful to you and useful to the society? If you have good qualities, then society will accept you. Otherwise, no. Means that you should be useful for the society. That society always means people always accept us if we are useful for them. That is the poet is telling. In this poem also, in this world also, there are many opposite things are there, and among of these opposite things, which are useful and which are useful qualities are there, that you think about those qualities, those opposite qualities. And last one is telling that what, so think of some yourself. Means you think yourself. That poet has appealed and even indirectly suggested also, you think yourself, that which quality you should appreciate. Because if you appreciate good qualities from these things, then only you will become a good person. Then and then only it is possible there. So you think and you study of all those opposite things, and you prepare your good character, good personality. This is the meaning of this poem. The same, if we think that in another way towards this poem, then also we can say that in this poem, that poet has given many opposite things, opposite examples. The same is here. Take that here first example. First example has compared with that the speed of spaceship and snail. That snail is very slow and spaceship is very fast. That poet is telling to us that according to their own qualities, they are doing their work. The same, that you should not be crying by seeing other people's speed. That other people may have that four-wheeler car, they have that, but you have bicycle. That bicycle's speed and four-wheeler's speed, it is not possible to compare. But at last that what, with the help of bicycle, you start your life and be successful. In this way, that poet wants to give you this message through this poem. And so that poet has explained here last one, that opposite is there, means this world is full with opposites. What about you? So you think over this and achieve best qualities among you for yourself, and be a good citizen of India. Thank you.